Hey guys, welcome to my everyday makeup drawer, my refilling, my testing makeup drawers, and Shop My Stash and mini declutter. I do these videos every month. I keep 2 sets of bins. If you guys are not new to these videos, you know this is for testing new makeup and this is my everyday makeup stash. I like to rotate it out. I'm always, pretty much always, testing new makeup. So let's go ahead and start on this side. I want to show you guys what's in here first and then we will fill it with the basket that I have behind me. So up top I have the ambient lighting soft glow foundation from Hourglass. When this first came out, I did test it. I hated it. I gave it a really bad review, but then I had really dry skin at the time. So I wanted to test it again. It was like on Ipsy on sale. So I picked it up. I also think like the shade is pretty awful, but this is still the same thing. Like how did so many people love this? It's just awfully dry for me. I'm still gonna keep testing it because it's been an awfully dry like skin season for me. I was much more dry skin than combo, which has not happened in the last like 2 years. So I'm gonna keep this. I think I'm still gonna keep it up here because it's getting hotter now. So like it might work in the next few weeks and it feels good going on. I don't know, it just like as it dries down, it's awfully dry on the skin and it was kind of sucking the moisture out of my skin. We'll see how that goes. I'll test it again. This one I didn't get to from last month. This is from Dibs. This is one of their Jam Jam lip plumping lipstick melts in Jam Sesh. I thought this was really good. It's really intense plumping though. It's nice like melting balm. It's not too thick. It's actually a pretty thin formula, very comfortable on the lips. It was just awfully plumping and so I refrained from using it. I mean, honestly, not that it's bad or anything. It's just every time I look at like a plumping balm, I'm kind of like, not today. Not today, thank you. All right, these are all 6 shades of the e.l.f. melting lip butter balms. I think these 3 are probably my favorite. They're probably the most pigmented, they're probably the most flavorful, and they were the most like easiest application, you know, the most non-patchy. So that one right there is Wild Cherry. Then this is like a really nude shade, but it was pretty. It was like lip colored. That one right there is Strawberry Shortcake, and then this one is Yummy Gummy. I think that these are just like the 3 most pigmented and they smelled really good. Maybe not like true cherry, strawberry shortcake, and gummy bear scents. Anyway, these just came out like a lot more sheer on the lips and they also came out a lot more patchy. Vanilla Toffee is this one, which I thought I would absolutely love, but it's, I don't know, it was like kind of like a more slick formula. I like the applicators because they're curved. This one was like the patchiest of them all. Strawberry Sorbet, or maybe it was this one, Java Chip was the patchiest. So yeah, I mean, I recommend these 3, but these ones were not the greatest on the lips. This one like looks intense, but yeah, it came out pretty sheer and pretty patchy. How many times can I say patchy? I don't know. All right, let's move on to the drawers. I have some things that you haven't seen. So Ipsy had this on sale, Fenty Beauty's Suede Powder Blush. This one is Tahiti Teas. Guys, this came smashed from Ipsy. I'm so sad. Like, look at it. I can't press it back in there. It's just like loose in the pan. And this is such a beautiful color. I mean, I attempted to press it back. It doesn't stay. It's really pretty. I like this kind of summery shade. I love this formula. If you know, I already have 2 shades, but yeah, this was like 50% off on Ipsy. So I thought I'll get it. But you know, sometimes I think they have those because they're like already broken, you know, so they're like half off. Anyway, this is the Cover FX. I think this is a powder foundation, Pressed Mineral Foundation in L2. I didn't realize this was going to be so freaking dark. This is dark. I love powder foundations, if you know, you know, but I don't think I can use this under the eyes. I was like staying away from the under eyes when I was using this and I was just powdering all over the face. It actually didn't look too dark, but I don't know why it was so freaking dark. Again, L2? Is that your light too? This just doesn't look light to me. Like this is almost a bronzer shade for me, quite literally. So I'm still testing it. I'll let you know if it doesn't work, but I got it because it is a powder foundation and we're going into the hotter months and I'm usually using a powder foundation to set. So there you go. It's in the wrong spot. So is this, as a matter of fact. All right, the last one in here is from Rare Beauty. I've only used this once. It's the Matte Bouncy Blush in Hope. These are delicious. Like I might end up getting more shades of this. Like look how airbrushed that looks. Hello. So good. All right, the last one was this from Tarte. It's their Satin Blush formula. in these blush tapes, and this one is in something pink, bright pink. These are so good. I prefer this formula so much better than the original because the original was like metallic. I thought this was gonna be matte on the cheeks, and it ends up being kind of juicy. It blends really easily. You dot it straight onto the cheeks. It's like perfect, and the shade is really pretty too. So far I really like it, but I've only tried it like once on camera and then once, I don't know, once during the week. So I'm gonna pull all my blush in here. And before I put that drawer away, I have all my testing new makeup stuff that has to go in. So let's put in the rest of the blush. I have 2 of the new Morphe trios. These are blush trios. So far, I do not like these, and I'm sad that I got 2 shades because I thought I was gonna love them. So they have 2 creams in them. One cream is like a matte cream. Well, no, it's like a radiant cream rather. And then this one has a shimmer to it, and then this one is like the matte powder. This one, the middle one, is like more like a highlighter. Has no real base to it. Here are the 3. I'll just swatch this one for you. This doesn't show up at all. It lifts everything. I don't know, it's not really pretty. I like the powder one the best. Not a huge fan of the formulation so far, and I thought I was going to be because I really love like a peachy gold, like this color right here. Oh, that is so pretty. Usually like as a blush, but these are not so good so far. They're the Cheek Thrills Multi-Finish Face Trio. This one is in Beach Bonfire. Throw that in. This one right here is in Blind Date. And I think I preferred the other one more. No, I preferred this one more. I did like the cream a little bit in this color. I hated this freaking thing, the blush from Sephora. These 2 right here are not even pigmented enough for me. They weren't even showing up. Matte powder, and then this one is a shimmery powder, and then again here you've got the cream. The cream was like overly pigmented, and yeah, I didn't really like it. I couldn't even get the powders to lay down evenly. So, ooh, I'm trying to get it back open. So far I didn't really love this, and honestly the shade range in this was pretty awful. Like I didn't like any of the super bright pink shades that came with this. I thought this would be the only one that would work for me, and it's not my favorite color. All right, I have 2 more blush here. These ones, well, one of them I do like. These are the colorful blushes with shimmer in them from Sephora. So I got 2 shades again. Morning Blaze is the more red shade, and then Pink Sunset. Now I thought I was gonna love Pink Sunset more, but it doesn't even show up. It has like no base to it. It's like basically a highlighter. These are really soft and bouncy on the skin. See? It's genuinely more like a highlighter when you pick it up with a fluffy brush. It was not laying down on my cheeks at all. But this one, I thought, oh, I'm taking a risk with this one. This one is fabulous. I mean, they're thicker. They're a thicker powder, so they do show texture. But I liked them. I really did. Well, no, I liked this one. I don't like this one. So they're not all the same. Don't go super light in these blushes. Glazed finish is what they're called. I think if you go super light, you're not going to get a lot of pigment. All right, that's way too many blush for me to test, in addition to shop my stash, which I am now doing, but you know, we'll see how far I get. All right, I have quite a few lip products that I want to throw in here, and we already went over lip products, so I might as well just add them. Probably means that I'm not going to do a ton of shop my stash for the lip products, but you never know. So I picked up another Fenty lip oil. I did not love this shade. I thought I was going to. Rose Amber is this one. I love this formula. It just feels like a hybrid, and it's super duper shiny, and they're sparkly. They have all shimmer to them. I don't know, this one doesn't look flattering on me. That's all it was. It was just a shade thing. We'll keep that up here. This one I really liked from Bosma. I think this is just called like a liquid balm. I don't know, this writing is so small it hurts my head to like try and look at it. And this one's in the shade Mauve. I like the little doe foot applicators. I just like when they're this shape. And this one is super pigmented. It's thick and rich, and I like it. High shine. All right, this one probably is my favorite so far of all these. The Smashbox Halo. This is like a cooling plumping, and this one is in like Aura. I think it's in the shade Aura. Yes, it is. It's their brightest shade. So pretty for spring. Yes, ma'am. And then this one here, the Pillow Balm from Too Faced. Not a new release, but I got it for myself yesterday in Ice Crystal. I love these cool tone sparkly blues because they almost look purple. I hope my camera is like focusing. I feel like it's focusing over here. I love this with like a lip liner. Let's move this here and here. All right, another new release and final lip product is the 8-Hour Colorful Transfer Proof Lip Liner from Sephora, you guys. These go on and they don't come off. They're really creamy, but they're not like, you can't like blend them out on your lips. Like on your lips, they dry way too fast, in my personal opinion. I mean, I'll have to keep playing with it, but I wasn't able to like rub it in like this. You know, it kind of stayed where I put it. If I lay it down like this and try and rub it, it works, but not on my lips. I like this color though. It's in like a berry shade, Berry Bang. I like doing this instead of a brown on my lips and then fill it in with like a neutral or not a neutral, you know, like even a mauve shade would look nice. So we'll put that there. All right, let's go over the one bronzer I have because it's gonna go into this drawer. I picked up one of the new Laura Mercier color infused, bronze color infusion. I don't know where I was going. This one is in 20, so this is the lightest shade. This is gorgeous. If you've tried Laura Mercier cheap products, they're pretty much all fabulous. I haven't found one that sucked. Back when she had her cream blush formula, it was also great. These are like a sculpt and like a bronzy product, but I just twirl them together and I think they're beautiful. They're quite buttery soft. The color looks fabulous together because, you know, one's like a little bit warmer, but then I don't know, you just mix them together and they're the right kind of flattering shade because they're like a pinky peach, you know, not like an orange. So far I'm really enjoying that. I'll give you an update. Let's go down to highlighters. I got talked into getting this. If you guys saw my testing new makeup video, I asked a guy about the Smashbox. I'm like, what ingredient tells me that it's hot plumping? And he's like, I don't really know. So we're looking on the box and all I see is like hyaluronic acid and glycerin. I'm like, well, those are plumping, like natural plumping agents, you know, natural plumping agents. And so I didn't see anything that would indicate that it was like super plumping. And so he was like helping me, which I was glad that there was somebody like, hey, can I help you? Are you finding everything you need? There were no testers out. So it wasn't like I could like take one of the Q-tips and put it on my lip. I think he used this one exactly and like put it on one and I got to wear it. So anyway, he saw me like move on and I went straight to Benefit because I wanted to look at their new Hula Cream bronzer. By the way, shit shade range. Shit. Awful. The original, fine. The lighter shade, garbage. So now you know. And then he was like, hey, now that you're here, you're gonna love this highlighter. I was like, oh yeah? And then I was like, oh yeah. Because I love a pinky gold or like a pinky yellow. Will you focus? So he was right. All right, this is the one powder that I still have to put in here, the YSL Loose Setting Powder, All Hours Hyper Blur. This one's in translucent. So far, this is freaking amazing and fragrance free. Like YSL knew what they were doing with this powder and Cover FX. All right, I've got to put this in here. This is from Morphe. It's their Wake Up Artist Under Eye Correcting Concealer. This one's in a concealer shade in Ivory 3N. It's not like a terrible shade match, but I'm just swatching it on like top of a wet hand. I either need to prep my under eyes like a lot better when I wear this, or it's probably just not going to work for me. It's slightly radiant and it's pretty hydrating. It's such a big doe foot applicator. You have to like be careful. It's almost like I want to pick it up off the back of my hand because it is a thicker consistency. Like it doesn't look like it here because I definitely swatch it on top of like makeup remover. It's a little bit thicker. It was sinking into my fine line. So it's an under eye prep situation or it's just not going to work for me. I was watching Nikki, is that her name? Nikki LaRose? And she was saying like use a toner under your under eyes. I've used toners, I've used lighter creams, I've used no creams. Concealer consistency still matters 100%, especially when you get, I think, older and your skin begins to age even more. And something could look good when it's on and then later on in the day, it doesn't. So that's just me personally. I have to have a thin concealer. So anyway, all right, let's move eye products up here. I got two of the Urban Decay 24/7 Glazed Liquid Eyeshadows, Sugar Twist and Space Cowboy Intense. This one looks orange, but it's basically just like sparkly. And they get kind of crunchy on the lid. If you lay them in a thin layer, they're pretty thin, but I think they get pretty crunchy. That was it for my testing new makeup. It's pretty full. You can't see this bronzer here because it matches the lining, but I think it's pretty full. It's like a lot of stuff to go through. Let's get to the other side into my everyday makeup drawers. All right, please don't mind the dust or the fingerprints on this drawer. These two at the top here, the MCO Beauty Lip Balm, I just keep in here because it's awfully short and it doesn't go anywhere else. In the Carolina Herrera gloss, I kind of keep them together. They're just too small to fit in my little containers. I have some single eye products up here that I actually pulled in to wear for the month of March. I think though this Jaclyn Cosmetics one, this is like long discontinued and I don't love this shade. I like a lot of the shades. Let me swatch this one for you. Like some of them are absolutely stunning. These were delicious single shadows. I mean, they're just gorgeous. But this one, I don't know, it's like the orange base that I'm not just like biggest fan of, but the sparkle on these is so amazing. And the deeper shades are so gorgeous, the single shadows. These are called the Shimmer Top Coats and this one is in Glassy. I don't know if I want to keep it. I don't know. I'm on the fence right now. I'll hold on to it for now. I do have a couple of things that I'm going to declutter from here. I pulled in the Charlotte Tilbury Eyes to Mesmerize in Pillow Talk. It's really pretty. These just don't last very long on me. They kind gonna fade, even if I set my eyes. And if I'm wearing them to work because I want a simple look, I mean, they gotta go all day. I just feel like it was gone, you know, halfway through the day. This one I pulled in for a single too from Bobbi Brown, the shadow stick, and this one is in the shade Golden Pink. This is way too light for me. I was wearing it as a single. It's just too light as a single. Like, it would be good if I wore it with maybe something in the crease, but I just didn't enjoy this color. And these are good. These are really good shadow sticks. They usually have decent lasting power and they're usually super easy to blend in. But this one I just don't want to keep. I won't reach for it, and I have other shadow sticks that are like better, or singles that I would rather reach for. So I'm gonna declutter this one. And then this one I don't think I got to using, but I pulled it in to wear with like a pink eyeliner. This is from Milk Makeup. I wonder if they even still make these. The color chalks. This was in Dodgeball. Maybe I did wear it. No, I don't think I did. I think I meant to and then I didn't. I still really like these. They're chalk. There's like powder, you know? It's just cool and I think it performs pretty well. I've never seen anyone talk about those. I mean, they launched like a couple years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago at this point. All right, I had my massive amount of lip balms in a tube. Which ones did I wear? I don't think I wore this one, so let me put this out. And there's just one that I don't need. This one right here, the lip vinyl, I don't like. For whatever reason, this one is so much more thick than the other ones. It's shimmering cranberry, so it's really pretty. It does have like glitter in it, and I'm on the fence about that one. But how close is it to the Juicy Lip, the original? I kind of like that better. This is just stickier, the lip vinyl, than the original, which is funny because one melts more than the other. I had one in my purse. I want to say it's the Rosy Mauve Shimmer Glass I had in my purse, because it's like, oh, look at that. Hello. It just cools my lips down. It's such a cool tone mauve. You know, I think I am going to pass along the lip vinyl. Where did it go? I'm just not a huge fan of the lip vinyl. It's this one right here. I don't recommend these. I have like one of every one. Like the Shift, I have the Juicy Lip, I have the Lip Plump. I don't love the lip vinyl, so I'm gonna pass that along. These ones I really love, but I wore both of these, so I can put those back. The Hourglass, I ended up taking one with me to work. I don't know if I wore this one, so I might keep this one in. This one is the shade Desire. This one I wore once from Flower Beauty. This is so underrated. Holy cow. This had such good lasting power, and you know, it's like different. It's like a solid, but it's still really high shine. I threw this over a lip liner and I realized it was on for hours. I still want to wear that one. The Shift I didn't get to at all. So pretty. It turns into like a purple. I did use the NYX one time. You know what? I think I wore this more than once. So I'm going to put this back. This is like a really bright pink shade on me that I actually really love. I know it's not for everybody, but I think on my fair skin it looks quite flattering. And then I probably want to use this one once more from About Face in Pamplemousse. I'm going to put 3 away, declutter 1, and then keep 3. All right, let's go over these powders next. I have my flower setting powder from Beauty Bakery. She's in Project Pan. I tested this again as like a chopping block to see if I liked it. The Easy Bake and Snatch pressed powder from Huda Beauty. You know, I don't hate this. I don't hate it. It just doesn't last an extremely long time. It has an odd smell though. Like, it smells like straight up cardboard, but I don't want to get rid of it because I do think it's a decent powder. It doesn't suck, so I don't want to get rid of it. The Givenchy, I have decided, this is the old formulation. I really do enjoy this powder. It just isn't very long lasting for me. So I like it if I'm lightly powdering. The only thing is I hate that it's all 4 shades at once. You cannot help that. That's how it's going to come out. But it's a good powder. It's just, again, not heavy for me, you know? Doesn't lock it down for a super long time. Tower 28, you guys, this is an extremely dry powder. You have to have oily skin, I feel like, to wear this. It's a little bit chalky and a little bit heavy, but if you need oil control, like you're wearing just sunscreen for the day or something, then this is really good. The days that it's extremely hot outside, if you live in Florida, you will know in the summertime, if you're combo, something like this is not bad for people who have a similar skin type as me. It's just not a super refined powder. If you lived somewhere drier, I would understand that this would be a shitty powder, or if you had dry skin and or lived in somewhere drier. It's just heavier. It's definitely for someone who's got pretty combo to oily skin. All right, let's go over bronzers. I use the crap out of all of these. The Makeup Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in Light. This is such a good formula. It has like a nice warmth to it, but also like it's kind of like an undertone too. I really like this. I use this a bunch, so we'll hold on to this one. Use this a bunch from L'Oreal Infallible. This one I couldn't remember if I liked or not, even though it had a small dip in it. But yes, it's fabulous. It's a very, very neutral tone, and it's a very cream bronzer. What? Creamy powder bronzer. Woo! And then this one from L'Oreal, the True Match Lumi Bronze It, totally discontinued. I can't wait to see that they're gonna release this. Re-release this, because I guarantee you they are. Guarantee you. It has a nice sheen to it. So beautiful. Use this a ton. The one that got used the least, believe it or not, because I used it for filming and then forgot to move it back, was the contour stick from Westman Atelier. So I'm gonna keep this one in here. And then the last one is from the Balm. I barely use this. I use this one time. It's like a beautiful, almost rosy toned bronzer for me. So those two will stay. All right, we're moving on to blush. I brought in two of the KARIM, and one I wore and the other one I feel like I didn't. So these are called SoCal Super Bloom Lip and Cheek Hydrating Soft Stains, right? Yes. One of these I wore and the other one I didn't. And I can't remember. Was it like this one? This one looks like it would be more pink, but it's like almost more coral. And then this one's a nice pink. I think I'll keep this one in here and then put the other one back. I didn't love the way these sat on top of powder. They're way better on top of foundation, and then just like don't powder your cheek at all. So I'm gonna put that one back. These also lay shit on top of powder, but they're so beautiful. The sticks from Pat McGrath, the Divine Blush Legendary Glow. This one is in Peach Lotus, and then this one is in Paradise Peony. They're so similar in shade. I wish that they were slightly different. They just don't lay really good on top of powder. You know, if I'm picking them up with a brush and then like stamping them in. I still think I wore one over the other one. I think I'm gonna keep Peach Lotus in here and put Paradise Peony back. So this one is Paradise Peony. I'm gonna keep Peach Lotus. I feel like I want to keep this one from House Labs too. She just had a shade extension. This one's in Glassy Palmello. This one is so juicy on the cheeks. Again, none of these were super great on top of powder, so I had to be like careful. And then I kept forgetting, oh, I want to wear one of those blush, so I need to not powder my cheeks. And I did, and then I was like, damn it. All right, this from NARS is gonna go. It's the Rising Star Cheek Palette. It's gonna go because one shade completely popped out. I'm getting hard panning in this shade right here, and I like these three shades, but I don't like them enough to keep them. This one's starting to hard pan. This one's starting to hard pan. This is like the only one that isn't, because it's like a really nice creamy shade. I was like mixing these two shades together and they're really gorgeous, but they're all hard panning. I mean, you can still pick up something, but yeah, it's jiggling around in there. I kind of stay in like these three shades and like might pop this on like the apples of my cheeks. It's not a bad formula, but with it being broken, I do not want to re-glue this. I'm not a re-gluer. I'd rather give this to my sister, who basically, I feel like she only uses the makeup that I give her. Like, I don't think she actually buys any makeup on her own. Maybe some mascaras, but I do give her unused mascaras too. So anyway, I feel like she could get some use out of this, or maybe even my grandmother, you know, more so than me. My grandmother has a deeper skin tone, so some of these shades would look really good on her. I don't need to keep it. I will pass it along. All right, let's move on to highlighters. I am trying to block this glare out, and I don't know that I'm doing a great job. All right, these from Moira Beauty are the Dreamlight highlights, and I brought in two shades, and I think I was chopping blocking them. And it's funny because I think I thought I was gonna get rid of the more orange shade, and I was gonna hold on to the pink one. This one is in Ballerina. The thing is, Ballerina is awfully glittery. It doesn't have the right kind of base for me for being a pink highlight. Are we gonna focus? This one is the one that I'm gonna declutter because I have the other shade, and I much prefer Foxy Pink to that one. But this one I actually really did like. This one is glittery, I think, but it's a prettier color. It's just a lot more flattering on the cheeks for fair skin. So this one I'm gonna keep. You know, I didn't use these a crap ton. I think I might just like skip putting these away and doing a Shop My Stash. Cali Ray, I was using a lot of glowy blushes, so I didn't grab a highlighter at all. Then I have Gucci in Opal Pink. I must have grabbed for each of these like once, maybe twice. And then Jaclyn Cosmetics. They're so intense, all three of these. I think I'm gonna keep them. I wore the Moira ones an awful lot, and then probably tested some of the other ones that I had that were testing new makeup. So that leaves me with 4 highlights. Our goal now is to fill this up. I don't know if I'm going to pull in any new lip products, so we're not going to shop my stash for that portion. I need bronzers, I need blush, and I need powders. That's basically all we're going to focus on. I want to pull in some powder blushes, I think. Maybe shimmery, I don't know yet, but definitely some powder, and we'll just stick to these creams. And then I have a crap ton of like creams over here, so we don't need any more. I'd like to bring in some powder blush. All right, let's get to it. Welcome to my bronzer and contour drawer. You're getting like the side angle. If you know, you know. I think I want to pull in the like bronzing drops. So I'm gonna pull in the KARIM Sun Drip. I think I like this one the best of all my bronzing drops. I mean, I don't have many because I think the ones from West Minnetilly, now these are my favorite, and then the KARIM, they're just very different. These are like a matte. And then I have the MCO Beauty bronzing drops in Super Glow. And then I have these little, like a little mini, it's a little tester of the Golden Glow Drops from W7. So I think those 3 will be good because I have the other 2 matte ones, and that's probably all I'm gonna pull in for this month. Actually, I'm gonna pull in one more. I'm gonna pull in the NARS. This is getting older in my collection, so I could see it going bad pretty soon if I don't end up using it, so I'll pull in this one. Sorry for the reflection, but that's good. A bunch of creams and liquids. Let's do some matte powder blushes. All right, I'm probably not even gonna like reposition the camera at all. I'm just gonna leave it like this so I don't have to lower it, and then pull in some from here. Are these all of my matte blushes, powder blushes? Yes, these are all creams. Okay, I'm gonna pull in all of the Haus Labs ones. I'll swatch these up close when we get back to the station. These are all 4 different shades, old formulation, new formulation. I don't know if I want to keep all of them, and I haven't reached for them in a while, so this is more like of a chopping block. But I also decided, because this product is older, that I want to test it out again. I really enjoy this formula from One Size: cream, powder matte, and then there's a powder shimmer formula. It is really fabulous. It's one of the older blushes in my collection as far as like creams go. So we'll test to see whether or not it's still good. I like the shade, etc. And I think that's like good for the blush. And just so I don't have to move, I pulled these from my powder drawer. One Size powder foundation, L'Oreal Infallible, and e.l.f. We'll do some close-ups with the drawers. All right, let's start off with powders. So I told you guys I like, maybe not in this video, but I did say like last month I wanted to pull in the powder foundations. So I do like powder foundations for setting when it gets hotter outside. So that's what these are good for. One Size, I did end up pulling this out. I think it was yesterday already. Like I ended up using it. So I'm gonna pull this in. By the way, that's in the shade Fair 3N. The L'Oreal Infallible I've worn the least as far as like a powder foundation for setting. This one's in the shade 130 Fair. I think it's still good. I just don't know that it's like one of my favorites the way the One Size and the e.l.f. is. So the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation in 150C. I could have gone like for a lighter shade than this, but it does work. So we'll use these plus the Beauty Bakery one plus the one from Cover FX. I'm so sorry, we're getting a glare right now. I'll try and block it out. All right, let's do bronzers next. So this one is in like a universal shade from KARIM. It doesn't have an actual shade name to it, but it's like such a good formula because it's not too thin, so it doesn't like lift up the foundation underneath. I really enjoy this formula. The Golden Glow Drops from W7. This is a tester that I got in an advent calendar, but I really did enjoy it. This is a metallic finish, more so than the bronzing drops from KARIM. This one is a little bit of a thinner formula, but if you can see, like the texture of it is just a preference thing for me. When it's a little bit more thick, I feel like it doesn't pick up the foundation quite as much, or at all, I guess I should say. And then MCO Beauty, the Super Glow Bronzing Drops, and this one is, again, like, I don't know if this is actually a shade per se. It's in bronze, and I want to say maybe there's 2 shades in this line, unlike W7's and KARIM's that just come in the 1 shade. And this is pretty. This is one of the better products that I've tried from MCO Beauty. This is not coming out. I think that it's pretty similar in terms of consistency to the W7, but not quite as metallic. It's still really pretty. Ooh, this is, I just picked up so much freaking product. Gross. I would say MCO Beauty does have like a couple of good things. Not everything was great, but I enjoyed this. Their lip balm is really nice too. Maybe that was all. Oh, and then I forgot the NARS, and this one's in the shade Laguna 01, which was such a good idea for them to expand the shade range because this is the perfect bronzer shade for me. A little bit warm, but lighter, and not too orange. I might use this one a lot. Okay, the new formula on the Haus Labs. I don't even know if I love these shades as much as I love the old formulation. So like if I was gonna keep shade wise, I might keep the old ones, but I held on to all 4 because these are the newer formula. So if I was going to talk about them again, you know, I'd probably grab these ones instead of the old formula. Although I don't really see that much of a difference in the way that they perform. It was more like what she added in them to make them cleaner. All right, that one is French Rosette, which looks super warm on my skin, like once it gets to me, but I think when swatched out, it looks pretty peachy. This one is in Fire Moon, which is even warmer. Like the outer packaging, kind of nudie. Ooh, very terracotta when you open it. So I don't think the outer packaging is great. It's pretty terracotta. I was trying to get different shades than what I already had, and that's why I ended up getting these 2, but I so prefer these shades more. This is Pomelo Peach, which I do believe is still in the line. Yeah, they feel identical. I mean, they perform identical. Like, honestly, I would rather just keep these old ones. And Hibiscus Haze is my favorite, which was funny because at the time that I got these, I wasn't into a pink blush, but for whatever reason, this was immensely flattering on me. It's like one of the things that made me realize like pink blushes don't look bad on me. So I might end up decluttering these 2 shades, quite honestly, and then keeping the old formulation. I don't think I even love these. I might hold on to French Rosette and then get rid of Fire Moon. It's awfully terracotta, so we'll see. And the very final one from One Size is in Very That. It's a really good formulation, way better than what Morphe was trying to do, which is like this trio, way better than what Sephora was trying to do. Patrick Ta and One Size just have such better formulas as far as like these duo and trio products. This is very different. The Patrick Ta ones are very balmy. These ones are very whipped and they're more matte in the cream. That's the powder matte and that's the shimmer, which is really nice as a standalone, but it's a great blush topper too, where the one from Sephora doesn't even show up. So, and the one from Morphe is a cream and it feels disgusting, but we shall see how this performs. It smells fine. It's just an older product to me. That was everything for my testing new makeup and my everyday makeup drawers. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys are not currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe. I'm trying to block out this reflection. I am out of here for today, you guys, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.